Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. So, SNAP is round the corner. Next week, you have the examination, and we've got this series for last minute preparation. And today, we are going to solve some questions from past years papers of analytical and logical reasoning. Okay, so attempting these questions will help you encounter that what are the type of questions that are asked in SNAP, right? What was asked in the past, and right, so that will help you understand the type of questions, right? So I've got this video today wherein I'll be discussing some questions that were asked in 2020, 2019, and some past questions as well. So if you see the pattern of SNAP, right, the number of questions have kept on changing. For example, now the number of questions has reduced to um, uh, 60. Earlier, there used to be 110 questions also, right, when it used to be a 2-hour paper. But the type of questions has remained the same, right? SNAP used to have GK also sometimes. They've removed GK. But if you talk about the analytical and logical reasoning, the type of questions have been same. So as I discussed in the previous video as well, most of the questions are easy, okay, but there are some speed breakers as well. So let us solve some questions from the past to give you a gist that what kind of questions that you can expect in the examination, and based on that you can decide that which are the topics that you should be targeting, which are the questions that you should be doing, which ones you should be skipping in the paper. And as I said previously also, that it is thinly spread across different topics. It is not that you will get too many questions from one particular topic. You will have one questions on blood relations, one on directions, maybe two questions, right? Or you might get from syllogisms, number series, critical reasoning, different topics. So you get questions from different topics in the reasoning section. So let us solve some questions from the past. Now this was a question that was asked last year, that find the next number in the series. So now if as I said in the previous video that if something strikes to you, you should solve those questions. But if you feel that you are unable to get anything about the question, right? If you are not able to figure out the pattern, just skip it. So can you attempt this question? Pushkar, yes, SMHRD Business Analytics, yes, it's a new course, but yes, that is something is in demand. So you can consider taking that course if you have interest in business analytics, if you have analytical blend of mind, because if you see that the demand is very high of business analysts these days. Okay, so you can consider pursuing that course if you are interested in that. Now, this was a question asked last year, and for some, it might have been a nightmare how to figure out the answer in such a big number. But for some, it could have struck immediately. As I said, कि number series में यही होता है, अगर pattern पता चल गया, you can easily solve, वरना ढूंढते रह जाओगे. Okay, so the pattern was basically 13 is what? Now, maybe 13 से कुछ नहीं लग रहा, 85, if you see 6565, 9 square is 81, 9 raised to the power 4 is 6561. Now if you do not know this, you would not have been able to do this question. Okay, so basically the pattern is 9 raised to the power 1 plus 4, that is 13, 9 plus 4, 9 square plus 4 is 85, 9 to the power 4 plus 4 is 6561. Okay, the next term should have been 9 raised to the power 8 plus 4. Now those who were able to strike this thing that this will be the next term, they could have solved it. Otherwise people would have tried a lot, not able to figure out the answer, right? Square करके देखा होगा, कुछ करके देखा होगा, आंसर नहीं निकल रहा होगा, फंस गए होंगे. So number series are generally trap questions. If you are not able to figure out the pattern, just leave it. ठीक है, अगर नहीं समझ में आएगा कितना ही टाइम स्पेंड कर लोगे फंस जाओगे. सो इफ यू आर एबल टू स्ट्राइक दिस थिंग इमीडिएटली डू दैट, अदरवाइज स्किप इट. अच्छा, नाउ इट इज कैलकुलेशन इंटेंसिव आल्सो, हाउ टू डू दैट. ठीक है, now how do we rule out options? Let us see that how can we rule out options. First thing is 9 raised to the power 8 will end in what digit? 9 की जितनी भी even powers होती हैं, right? Yes, so I'll tell that how to calculate 9 to the power 8. Now 9 raised to the power odd is 9, okay, and 9 raised to the power even is 1. Okay, now you have to add 4 to it, so we'll consider this. So last digit should be 5, so you can eliminate option B. Okay, now 9 raised to the power 8 will be divisible by 9, right? And if you add 4, so that means it should give a remainder of 4 when divided by 9. So add the digits. ठीक है, एक चीज ये करके देख लो, add कर लो. 4 5 9 19 19 plus 12 31. ओके, 31 आ रहा है, रिमाइंडर 4 बच रहा है. ओके, ये ऑप्शन में रहेगा. 7 11 17 17 plus 9 17 plus 9 is 28 33, right? 33. This is remainder is 6. नहीं 31 ही है, sorry remainder is 4 in this case. 7 11 17 24 31. Okay, this is 9 10 10 plus 10 20 22, remainder 4, right? Now this thing is also not working out, right? Sometimes it might happen that things might not work out. ठीक है, अच्छा अब एक और चीज देखते हैं. इट इज 6561 का होल स्क्वायर. Okay, 9 to the power 8 is 6561 का whole square. Now, if you know this thing that 65 square, you know how to calculate 65 square. 65 square is 4225. ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब जो आंसर आएगा that should be greater than this number. 4225 से बड़ा होना चाहिए. So 4104 you can eliminate. Okay, and you can probably also eliminate this because 65 देखो 65 का स्क्वायर आएगा 4225, राइट? नाउ 6500 का स्क्वायर कितना होगा? 6500 का स्क्वायर होगा 42250000. नाउ इफ यू टेक 6500 65 का स्क्वायर, दिस इज 4230. थोड़ा बड़ा नंबर आना चाहिए, isn't it? It should be somewhat a larger number. Okay, so you can pick. Up now that is the challenge, right? In the examination it is difficult to calculate, right? It will take a long time to calculate. So instead of calculating, you can just use that logic and mark C as the answer. You can calculate it, you will get this number -4, right? 6721 will be the square, and you can mark this as the answer. Okay, so that's how we solve such questions. And otherwise, if you feel that you are panicking, you are unable to do the calculation, just skip those questions. Okay, okay, now this was an easy question. Okay, now we are seeing the extreme sides. There are questions which are calculation intensive, which you cannot figure out immediately. On the same hand, there are certain questions which are very simple. Okay, this is just opposite, right? Very simple. See, breeze, tree, what? Leaf, branch, put, shade. Now breeze is something which you get from a sea, right? The wind that you get is called breeze. So what does tree give you? Now these are all parts of a tree. Okay, so the answer will be shade. Shade is something that, like, sea gives you breeze, tree gives you shade. Okay, such a simple question. Now this question will hardly take 10 seconds. So that is the strategy in the examination, that spot those questions which you can solve within 10-15 seconds. ठीक है, ऐसे easy questions बहुत आते हैं. Now this was another one. ठीक है, now if you are able to figure out, good. If you cannot figure out, जस्ट स्किप दैट क्वेश्चन, और कभी कभी समझ में ही नहीं आएगा कि इस क्वेश्चन में करना क्या है. कैन यू ट्राई दिस एंड टेल मी व्हाई इट इज द ऑड वन आउट? Can you try this and tell that why it is odd one? The reason also. Because see, this kind of question might strike to you immediately. You might not be able to identify anything in this. Salt. Why salt is odd one out? Buying and selling. Okay. Yeah, that is also a thing. That, see this. This is, if you convert it to, you will get sell. This will be rent. Okay. This is buy. Okay, something related to buying, selling. From this you can get, see, there is another reason, right? You can make two words out of it, salt also, last also. Okay, so I mean, you can have different logic. One is like this is related to buying and selling. Another logic that is like you can get two words, right? Another thing that could be that it is a three-letter word, right? Others are four letters word. Right now you do not know the answer to this question. They do not give you the response sheet, right? They do not give you the response sheet. ठीक है, तो पता भी नहीं चलता कि सही है कि गलत है. Okay, you never know that whether your answer was correct or not. Now this is again something which is a very subjective question, right? People might have different perspective to it. Okay, some people can say that this is a three-letter word. Some people can have the logic that these are three words that have related to buying and selling. This is something else. Some people can give a logic that these are one word and it forms two words. Okay, and you never know which is the correct answer, right? So that also keep in mind, and there can be some questions like this also, right? But yes, you can go ahead and try those. Okay, now we do not know the logic, right? Only the examiner knows. ठीक है, ऑफिशियल आंसर पता नहीं चलता, देयर इज नो आंसर की, दे डू नॉट गिव एनी आंसर की, सीधे स्कोर आता है. ठीक है, तो क्वेश्चंस तो हमें याद रहते हैं, ठीक है, सॉल्व किया था सो हमने कर दिया, राइट? सो ऑड वन आउट अगेन इज अ सब्जेक्टिव थिंग, कीप इन माइंड. ठीक है, सो यू नेवर नो कि सही हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ है. नाउ syllogism is something that you can guarantee कि सही होगा. If you are logically correct, you can do this. Okay, so you do get questions or two from syllogisms as well. If we place the first letter of each word at the last, okay, first letter at last, rent, buy, salt, yeah, that could be another logic, right? People can devise different logics. That's why, I mean, snap is I mean, that's why I rate that cat is the best examination. Again, error-free examination, no partiality, nothing. Three different slots, you will see that its scores will be normalized perfectly. Okay? ZAT is also great, right? No errors, error-free examination. Okay? IFT, there are some errors. Snap, not so great thing, right? Sometimes you might have errors in questions, and at times, I mean, they did not do normalization last year. Okay, CMAT, full of errors. Right, so that is the thing with it. Okay, so the statements given are all pens are houses, some houses are desks, and all pencils are desks. So now this is the generic diagram. Okay, now the first conclusion is some pencils are houses. Some pencils are houses. We do not conclude from this, so we can say that is false. Some desks are pencils. Some desks will always be pencils because pencils is a subset of desk. Okay? So there will be some desk that will always be pencils. No pencils are desks. That can never happen because pencils is a like all pencils are desk, right? No pencils are desk can never happen because this is I mean against the statement that is given. So only two follows. Okay, so that was a question now. Simple question. If you understand syllogisms, you could do this question easily. Okay. All right. So let's have a look at the next question. In a code language, stat mark means mango juice, giga mega means healthy food. So they have given you some code words and you have to find the code for healthy fat. This is an actual question from the examination. So they have not given two words, they have given a single word which is consisting of codes of four letters each. Like in some cases you have two words given, right? Basically it is a two-word thing only which have been combined. Like for example, stat is common here, right? So giga mega and mega. So mega is common here, right? So using common codes, let us find out that what are the codes, right? Healthy and fat. So healthy is here and here, right? Healthy is common. So healthy के लिए mega है. Healthy means the code is mega. Okay, so you can eliminate two of the options, right? In fact, three of the options and directly mark this as the answer. Okay, mega has to be there. Only one option has mega. अब verify करना है कि fat के लिए क्या है? So there is nothing common with less fat, right? There is nothing common. So it could be JTIR or Liga, right? It could be JTIR or Liga, LIGA. Right, so one of these and this gives you this. And the question says which of the following could be the code. It is not asking which is the definite code. Right, so that is why this is the answer. Okay. All right. Coded blood relations. Blood relations, not necessarily that you will get in a, I would say that a direct form. Sometimes you might get coded blood relations also. So they have given you that what does what code mean, and they have asked one relation they have given, and they have asked you the answer. Now this is from Snap 2019. So P at the rate B, at the rate का मतलब क्या है? At the rate means A is the father of B. So first person is the father of second person. So P is the father of B, right? So P is a male, is a father of B. B equal to S, equal means first person is the brother of second person, right? So B is the brother of S. No, we cannot say that. What is S till now? Then S at the rate M, so that means S is the father of M. Now the first thing that comes to our mind is grandson. Okay? But see, there is an option cannot be determined. Right? So the answer will be cannot be determined. We do not know the gender of M. Right? When you say S is the father of M, M could be a male also, it could be a female also. Right? So it could be grandson, it could be granddaughter. So be careful in blood relations. Okay? Unless you know the gender, do not go by general thing. Now I'll tell you one thing कि कभी ऐसा हो सकता है, it is a possibility, they will not give cannot be determined as the option. In that case, जैसे उनने यहाँ पे कुछ दे दिया, let us say they gave brother, okay, or some other option, you know that this is a possible answer. ठीक है, grandson is a possible answer, it could be possibly true, right? So in that case, pick that as the answer. ठीक है, अगर यहाँ पे मान लो कैन नॉट बी डिटरमाइंड की जगह कुछ गलत रिलेशन दिया होता, दैट यू नो कि डेफिनेटली विल नॉट बी करेक्ट, सो इन दैट केस यू कैन मार्क ग्रैंडसन एज द आंसर. But if cannot be determined is given, always mark cannot be determined, because we cannot tell. It could be grandson, it could be granddaughter. But if we are not given cannot be determined, instead we are given some other option which is totally wrong. So we choose the option which could be possibly correct. Okay. So blood relations, be careful about genders. If 1st June 2013 was Saturday, then 1st June 1981 was what day? Clocks and calendars. So I've taken some questions from different topics. So you know that these are the topics that are asked in the examination. Okay, so before you attempt, for those who do not know how to solve calendar based questions, when the date is same, okay, so let us say today I say that 12th of December, right, 2021 is a Sunday. Okay, in 1 year you have 365 days. 365 days means that 52 into 7 plus one extra day, right? One extra day. So that means कि 12th of December 2022 will be a Monday. So every year you have one extra day. Okay? Now 1st of June 2013 to 1st of June 1981, right? That is 32 years back or 32 years ago. Now this is a normal year. If there is a leap year has 366 days, right? So 366 days means 52 into 7 plus 2 days. Okay, so that means in a leap year there are 2 extra days. Clear? We have to go 32 years back. Okay, 32 years back, how many leap years will be in this 32 years? In these 32 years, how many leap years will be there? So every year, every 4 years you will have a leap year. So there are 8 leap years. Okay, and you have 24 non-leap years. ठीक है, 8 leap years में कितने 16 days extra हो गए, right? And 24 non-leap years 24 days extra. So total 40 extra days. ठीक है, 40 extra days means 5 extra days. Basically it is all division by 7. Whatever remainder you get by 7, that is the number of extra days. ठीक है, 40 days means मैं आज से कहता हूँ 40 days बाद क्या होगा. So you will say after 7 days Sunday आ जाएगा, then 14 days बाद Sunday आ जाएगा, 21 days बाद फिर Sunday आ जाएगा, and so on. You will say 35 days it will be Sunday. Okay, then you will say 1 2 3 4 5, 40 days you will say that will be Friday, right? So there are 5 extra days. Okay, now we are subtracting this date, right? This is Saturday, and from 2081 to 2013 there are 5 extra days, so we will subtract 5 days from it. Saturday से 5 days पीछे चले जाएंगे, right? So what will be the day? The day will be Monday. Okay, so keep this thing in mind. If the date is same in a normal year, you add one extra day, and if it is it's a leap year, then you add 2 extra days. 2000 is a leap year. 2000, see, when you have a century, right? 2000 is a leap year because it is divisible by 400. It is divisible by 400. Okay. If let's say 2000 not 100 will not be a leap year. Okay. Now, one mistake that people could do is they got 5 extra days. They will add 5 to Saturday. No, we have to subtract. Why? Because हमें 2013 का दिया है, हमें पीछे का निकालना है. So we have gone 5 days ahead. So we will subtract that. Okay. So that's how we do this. Okay. Let's do the next one. Find the missing number in this table. Now this is another characteristic question. एक grid दे देते हैं, they give you missing number, या कुछ ऐसे दे देंगे, 2 circle 3 circle दे देंगे, they will write 4 numbers here, they will write 4 numbers here and 1 in the center, and in the third you have to find one of the numbers. Let us say they will give this. So these are typical snap questions. You will get 1 or 2 questions like this for sure, which is based on some number logic. Like it could be multiplication, it could be addition, right? Adding and multiplying, anything. Again, the same rule applies. If you can figure out the pattern, just do those questions. And if you find कि कुछ नहीं बन रहा है, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, just skip those. ठीक है? क्योंकि कभी-कभी लॉजिक ढूंढते रह जाओगे, समय बीत जाएगा. ठीक है? So all these questions, remember the snap, like the snap strategy is simple. अगर strike कर गया एकदम से, do those. If you are not able to think, skip that because you have plenty of questions. Okay. It is definitely sure that you will not be able to think everything during the examination. Okay, you have to do verbal also, you have to do quant also. Okay, so make sure that, like especially in reasoning, you will find a lot of traps. Now, can someone tell me the logic also? How do you get that? Now, if I tell you the logic, the solution, you will find it very easy. You will say, "Arey yaar, ye to bahut aasan hai." But when you try yourself, you might not be able to strike that thing. So generally, what you should try is you should take like you should try addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and all those. Right. Apart from that, also try squares, cubes. Right. These are some things that I'm giving you as a hint कि वो try करके देख लेना चाहिए. So 6 का cube you get 216 and it is 64. When you subtract, you get 152. 2 का cube is 8 minus 1 is 7. 125 minus 27 is 98. This is 64 minus 8. You will get the answer as 56. अच्छा आंसर तो ऑप्शन में नहीं दिया है, राइट? आई थिंक ये ऑप्शन मिसप्रिंट हो गया होगा. दिस शुड बी 56. ठीक है, या तो टाइप हो गया होगा. द आंसर इज 56. ओके, नॉट गिवन इन द ऑप्शंस. It will be 56. No one said कि ऑप्शन ही गलत है. हाँ, you figured out the logic, right? That's great. क्या हो सकता है, वो टाइप हो गया होगा, 36 टाइप हो गया था, 56 की जगह. Okay. Now again, if you are able to figure out this logic, instantly दिमाग में आ जाता है, good. If you are not able to find out the logic, skip that question. ठीक है. Now this is on slow and fast clocks. It says a clock gains 10 minutes in a day. The clock was corrected at 6 a.m. What will be the correct time when the clock shows 11 a.m. on the next day? So it is said that clock gains 10 minutes in a day. हर दिन 10 minutes increase हो जाते हैं उसमें. How will we find this time? So this gain is uniform. ठीक है, generally the gain is uniform. ऐसा नहीं कि अचानक से 10 मिनट बढ़ गए. So it will gain uniformly 10 minutes. So when you have how much it is gaining? It is gaining 10 minutes in a day. ठीक है. How many minutes are there in a day? एक दिन में कितने minutes होते हैं? 24 into 60, that will be 1440. ठीक है. So correct clock होगी. So 1440 minutes gain होंगे. ठीक है. Incorrect clock कितने का minutes कर लेगी? 1450. 10 minutes extra कर रही है. ठीक है. Now the clock was corrected at 6 a.m. It shows 11 a.m. on the next day. Right. So 6 से 11 कितने hours हो गए? 6 11 to 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Basically that is 29 hours. Right. It is 6 a.m. and 11 a.m. 5 hours plus 5 plus 24, 29 hours. Right. 29 hours means 1740 minutes. Okay. So how much will the correct clock move? ठीक है, ये क्या करना है? यही तो करना है. 1740 इंटू 1440. अगर ये जीरो वो जीरो रख लेंगे बाद में. 1450. ठीक है. 29 into 5. This is 6. 5 times is 288. Okay, so you will get 1728. Right, 1728. Right. So 1740 होगा, ये 1728 है, मतलब 12 minutes लेस हो रहे हैं. 12 minutes लेस हो रहे हैं. So 1048. ठीक है. ये तो मैथमेटिकली कैलकुलेट किया. दिस इज द एग्जैक्ट टाइम यूजिंग मैथमेटिक्स. राइट. अब बट इतना टाइम है नहीं, राइट, कैलकुलेट करने के लिए. यू हैव जस्ट 60 minutes and you have to attempt 60 questions, right? So obviously ये calculation में time लगेगा. If your calculation is not that great, right, if you do not know this 145 174, if you take time to multiply this, how you should be attempting is, देखो 10 minutes दिन में gain करना है. 29 घंटे में कितना हो जाएगा? This is 29 hours. ठीक है. So 24 घंटे में वो 10 minutes कर रहा है. 29 में कितने कर लेगा? It is 1.2 times. ठीक है. रफली 1.2 कर लो. राइट. रफली 12 minutes गेन कर लेगा. राइट. सो नाउ इट इज शोइंग 11 a.m. सो यू सब्ट्रैक्ट 12, you get 1048. Is it clear? Exact answer is this. Okay, you can just approximate by getting this. देखो 24 से it is approximately 1.2 times, isn't it? It is approximately 1.2 times. So you can say 12 minutes. So 12 minutes gain करेगा. देखो 15 minutes gain तो नहीं कर पाएगा. ठीक है. 15 minutes gain करने के लिए उसे 36 घंटे लगेंगे. Right. 14 भी, like you, if you see this, like कितना हो सकता है? 12, 13, 14. Basically your options are 12, 13, 14, 15. Right. So you know that okay, 12 भी possible हो सकता है. 13 is way too much. Right. 24 into 1.3 is 31 से ज़्यादा. Right. So yes, that is the correct approach to do it. Right. This is the mathematical thing to do it. But yes, if it had given very close options like 10, 47, 30, 10, 48, 15 seconds में भी दिया होता, then you would have used this, because इससे exact answer आएगा. But we have to find approximate. Okay. So use this approach and get the answer. Question on number series. Now I'll tell you, no matter how easy or difficult the question on number series is, it might happen that it might never strike you. बहुत आसान भी हो सकता है, तब भी strike नहीं करे, हो सकता है. It is very very much possible. Exam pressure. ठीक है. You must have appeared for examinations recently. I got some feedback from students who were very good in class. Right. They used to solve questions like anything, but when they appeared in the examination, they said कि blank हो गए. ठीक है. प्रैक्टिस में they were like very good at solving, बहुत सारे डिफिकल्ट DILR के सेट सॉल्व कर लेते थे. एग्जाम में गए, 2 सेट, कई लोग 2 सेट भी नहीं कर पाए. ठीक है, IIFT में there were some people who went blank, right? It happens, right? Examination pressure is something that which is not easy to deal with. Okay, it is easier said than done. ठीक है, हर कोई नहीं कर पाता है. So that's what, like, see, I tell these things because I have the experience of facing several examinations, right? Hundreds of examinations I must have written, right? And I keep writing them regularly. Okay, and there are some people who will just boast कि भाई ऐसे कर लेना, वो motivational ज्ञान वगैरह देने में आ जाते हैं. That's fine, that's good to give, but one should have that experience also, right? कि यार वहां पे कैसे होता है. ठीक है, ऐसे बोलना आसान होता है, राइट? लोग बना देते हैं, फेसबुक पेज बना देते हैं, कुछ बना देते हैं. They have thousands of, they have never written any examination, right? And even if they write, they are not able to do well. और कुछ बोल गया था, हम तो खाली पैटर्न देखने गए थे, right? We see the pattern, we do well in the exam also because we know कि क्या इंटीग्रेसीज होती है, right? We can tell that कहीं पे फंस भी सकते हैं, right? It is not easy to do, right? इट्स नॉट इजी. ये बहुत आसान लग रहा है यहाँ पे, अभी मैं बताऊंगा सोल्यूशन, बहुत आसान लगेगा. बट इमेजिन दैट क्लॉक टिकिंग, वहां पे तुम्हें सेकंड्स दिख रहे हैं, तुम्हारे पास सेकंड्स कम होते जा रहे हैं, राइट? यू हैव जस्ट 15 सेकंड. यहाँ पे लगेगा कि अरे तो 10 सेकंड में हो गया. ठीक है, वहां पे जब क्लॉक में तुम्हारे पास 30 सेकंड्स होंगे, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू थिंक. ठीक है, सो थोड़ा मेडिटेशन और थोड़े ऐसे कामिंग एक्सरसाइज यू शुड डू, जिससे थोड़ा फोकस बना रहे. ओके, Now let us see this. It is quite simple, right? अब मैं बताऊंगा तो बहुत सिंपल लगेगा. अब ये देखो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, कुछ 25,157. ठीक है, यहाँ पे कुछ मल्टीप्लाई किया इनने, तब बड़ा हो गया. ठीक है, यहाँ पे प्लस किया. ठीक है, अब like if you look at this, it is 4 times. ठीक है, यहाँ पे कुछ 6 times हो रहा है. अब देखो एक्चुअल पैटर्न क्या है. यहाँ पे आ जाएगा 150, then it is plus 7, it is 157. ठीक है, क्वेश्चन कितना सिंपल है, राइट? अभी तक कितने लोगों से नहीं हुआ था, isn't it? फिगर आउट ही नहीं कर पाए थे क्या बन रहा है, क्या लॉजिक बन रहा है. अब मैंने दिखाया, अब तुम कहोगे अरे यार ये तो सिंपल सा है, राइट? +1 into 2 +3 into 4 +5 into 6 +7, ऐसे सीरीज बन रही है, राइट? सो अभी ये हाल है. सोचो एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में और भी, मतलब वहां और प्रेशर भी रहता है. Okay, so keep this thing in mind. Whatever question you face, especially number series and all, these are quite interesting. दिखने में बहुत interesting लगता है. ठीक है, attempt it, like give some time. ऐसा भी नहीं करो कि देखते ही छोड़ दो. Try it, right? If you are not able to find out anything, because you will never know that how much time is gone in such questions. ठीक है, कुछ क्वेश्चन होते हैं जिनको सॉल्व करके हो जाता है, जैसे ब्लड रिलेशन था. ठीक है, सॉल्व करोगे बन जाएगा. डायरेक्शंस, उसको घुमाओगे फिराओगे बन जाएगा. But especially these questions where I mean some hidden logic is there, you never know what can be the logic, right? So give some time. If you are not able to find out the logic, 30 seconds लग गए, 40 seconds लग गए, logic नहीं पता चला, skip that. Because in number series, if you can get the logic, you can get within 30 seconds. If you do not get the logic within 30 seconds, you will not get it. और मतलब बहुत टाइम लग सकता है, maybe 2 minutes, it can also take 5 minutes. Okay, is it clear? बहुत सिंपल सा लगा ना? +1 into 2 plus 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 into 4, 20 plus 5, 25 into 6, 150 plus 7. Okay, now this is a question which looks long, right? But you will be able to do this. So try this. So it is not always the length of the question. Sometimes the question might appear to be lengthy. ठीक है, सो कीप दिस थिंग इन माइंड कि कौन कौन से टॉपिक होते हैं जिनमें ट्रैप नहीं होते, किनमें ट्रैप हो सकते हैं. जैसे नंबर सीरीज में ट्रैप हो सकता है. ठीक है, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट नंबर सीरीज के हर क्वेश्चन डिफिकल्ट आते हैं, बट देयर कैन बी अ पॉसिबिलिटी दैट अ नंबर सीरीज क्वेश्चन कैन नॉट बी डन. अभी कल मैंने एक वीडियो लिया था, आई टुक वन ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस, राइट, विच एक ऐसी नंबर सीरीज का था, राइट? आई वाज नॉट एबल टू फाइंड आउट, देन सम स्टूडेंट टोल्ड मी दैट दिस इज द राइट अप्रोच, राइट? सो इफ इट स्ट्राइक्स टू योर माइंड, गुड. इफ इट डज नॉट, जस्ट स्किप इट. आरसी दी हुई है So see, Rajat, there will not be any reading comprehension, right? Which mocks? If it is in BYJU'S mocks, do let me know, right? I'll tell the team that there was no RC, right? They should not have put that. uh, LR में you will not get very long sets. LR will be short sets. ठीक है? जैसे इसी सेट में we have 2 questions. अगर इतना बड़ा देंगे तो 2 या 3 क्वेश्चन का सेट देंगे. You will not have very lengthy sets. ठीक है? सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट भी होगा. इट विल बी अ सिंपल सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट. 8 people sitting around a circle. It will not have multiple I would say that parameters. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि सीटिंग के बाद कलर भी दिया या ब्लड रिलेशन दिया. सिंपल क्वेश्चंस. अदर मॉक्स में दिया है. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, so see, mocks you should not take very. I mean, you can first of all report them that Snap has stopped asking reading comprehension since last year, right? They must have taken some old mocks and put that, right? But do not worry about that score. Just understand that what are the topics which you can do, which you cannot. Okay, so let's do this. This is I mean, these are easy questions. Time consuming हो सकते हैं, but generally easy होते हैं. So forget this thing. ये सारी story थी. Amit started. He drove 3 kilometer north. So 3 kilometer north गया. Then 3 kilometer west गया. Right? And 4 kilometer south. ये यहाँ पे आ गया. Now which further route could bring him back to his starting point? Now when he has to go to the starting point. One is 3 kilometer east, 2 kilometer south. तो east और south जाएगा तो नीचे जाएगा. Not 1 kilometer north, 3 kilometer east. So 1 kilometer north will bring him here and 3 kilometer east will bring him this side. 1 kilometer north, 2 kilometer west. ये तो उल्टे direction में चला जाएगा. So only 2 is the answer. Yes. So it was just, sometimes the questions might have just stories. Okay. After driving as stated in the question above, okay, Amit did not return to his starting point. So what he did? He did not return to his starting point. Now something else is given and answer that question using that. BYJU'S does not provide NMAT adaptive mocks. NMAT, see, NMAT itself, the mocks are not adaptive. I mean, the actual examination itself is not adaptive, although they call it adaptive. But I've seen that difficult questions in between and in the beginning, right? Easy questions to the end, towards the end, that is also possible. Okay, so they just pick some mocks. It will take time for them also to make that feature adaptive. ठीक है. So अब क्या करना है? But instead he drove 4 kilometer east and 1 kilometer north. So 4 kilometer east चला गया, ठीक है, और 1 kilometer north आ गया. So ये कहाँ पे आ जाएगा? इस पोजीशन पे आ जाएगा. Now this is 4, this is 3, so this distance is 1 kilometer. Okay, so be careful about directions. अब कोई यहाँ पे west चला जाता और फिर 1 kilometer कर देता, so यहाँ पे गलती हो जाती. And so it is sometimes like quite easy, but be careful in these questions. Directions के generally हो जाते हैं question. Although this is some question from the past, but you do get similar questions also. Geometry for snap. Geometry के basic questions आते हैं और hardly कुछ questions आते हैं. You will get 1 or 2 questions. कोई basic level के questions, not so intense ones, right? Maybe area of triangle, basic theorems on circles. Yeah, adaptive means that, but I do not understand the marking system. I've taken NMAT this time, right? I was expecting a high score, but did not get that expected score, right? Even my fellow people who did very well in quant, okay, they got a very low score. I mean, low score in the sense ki, like I did all 36 questions in quant with a good amount of time remaining also, right? I had some 6-7 minutes left in quant, but I got just 91, right? I was expecting कि at least 110 के आसपास 105 to 110 तो बनना था. ऐसी गलती नहीं की थी. right? Maybe one or two questions could have gone wrong possibly, but not deliberately तो नहीं की थी कि भाई गलत करके जाते हैं, सारे क्वेश्चन बन गए थे, but still the score did not go as expected, and it happened with other members as well, right? So not happy with that exam. So I believe that in quant they've scaled down the score by some margin for everyone, even if the people are doing their best. Right, so I got complaints from students saying that sir मेरे तो 100 marks आने चाहिए थे quant में 80 आए, right? So some scaling they have done to reduce the marks in quant, and others because in quant you are at least certain ना पता होता है कि हाँ ये सही है. In critical reasoning you cannot tell, right? So reasoning के बता नहीं सकते, English में भी पता नहीं चलता ना कि क्या गलत है कि सही है, but quant में at least you have certainty, yes if I have done this will be uh, log needed for snap, yes logarithm से क्वेश्चन आते हैं, बेसिक प्रॉपर्टी पे आ सकते हैं, बेसिक क्वेश्चंस ऑन logarithms. So let's do this one. It says ABC are 3 students from Dawn School and PQ are 3 students from Elite School. So Dawn School से है ABC and E School से है PQR. Okay, and these are from Q is brighter than R but duller than the Dawn School student who is brighter than A. ठीक है, so Q is brighter than R, Q R से better है, but he is duller than some Dawn School student, right? इससे ऊपर एक student है who is brighter than A, right? This student is brighter than A, ये A से better है, ठीक है. The same Dawn School student, this student is duller than P, ये P से dull है but is brighter than C, this student is brighter than C also, तो ये student B हो जाएगा, right? This student must be B and this is P. Okay, so P, now the question is who is the brightest amongst all? The brightest amongst all is P. Okay, now second question, who is the dullest among the 3 students from the allied school? कई लोग कह रहे हैं cannot be decided because they think that A, C, R कुछ भी हो सकता है, but read the question properly, it is saying elite school से कौन है, right? Dullest among elite school, so elite school में PQR है, so the answer is R. Okay, so many of you did not read this part. Okay, the answer is R. It is asking from this particular school, it is not saying amongst all. Amongst all you cannot decide, but from this school you can say R is the dullest. Okay, so again things you should keep in mind. Difficulties increased, no, there is all these are I mean all are rumors, do not go by any such rumor. Difficulty remains almost constant only. Okay, all right. 7 people A, B, C, D, E, F, G are planning to enjoy boating. There are 2 boats and the following conditions are to be kept in mind. Okay. Now this is slightly a lengthy question. इससे 2 question पूछे गए. Right? We have this. On the next slide, I'll show you another question. So snap में आएंगे तो इस तरह के आ सकते हैं. This length बहुत लंबा नहीं आएगा. मतलब बहुत complicated question नहीं. How should we score? See, no matter what you do in mocks, that does not matter, right? Like even if you are scoring 50 here, 55 here, you cannot guarantee your score in the examination, right? On the other hand, if you are scoring low, you cannot say that you will see. The thing I always keep telling students is do not worry about mock scores. Mock में कितना आ रहा है? Mock में 40 आ रहा है, you might get 55 there. You can be the topper in the examination, right? Do not take mock scores very seriously. What you should gain from mocks is, right, which are the topics that you are figuring out easy. ठीक है, कौन सा ऐसा टॉपिक है जिसमें डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस भी क्रैक कर सकते हो, कौन सा ऐसा टॉपिक है जिसमें इजी क्वेश्चंस में भी फंस जाते हो. सो अंडरस्टैंड दोज थिंग्स. ठीक है, कि अगर लाइक सी पास्ट ईयर पेपर्स आल्सो, राइट, ऑल्दो दे आर नॉट अवेलेबल. ओके, मतलब कुछ कुछ क्वेश्चंस मिल जाएंगे. So see that if you are able to be at par with that thing. Symbiosis के college forms अलग से भरने हैं. Okay, that thing. Okay, so mocks, I believe, right, are generally that's very unfortunate that they are not prepared by people who actually appear in the examination, right? Or the other way, right? I should say is that those who prepare those mocks, they do not exactly know things, right? They just know कि ये pattern आया था, ठीक है, पैटर्न आया था, पैटर्न बताया, अब उनसे कह दिया मैंने seating arrangement आएगा था. Now they do not know the complexity of that question, right? Seating arrangement can be a simple question, it could be a very difficult question, right? So that is the issue. So see, whatever marks you take, they give you percentile also, right? So percentile के basis में you can at least take a call that are you doing consistently good, right? Are you getting a decent score as compared to others? That way you can decide, right? Let's say if you are getting above 90 percentile in a test series which has good number of test takers, you can say that okay 90 percentile है तो consistently आ रहा है, तो in the actual examination you will get a good score. ठीक है, अगर मान लो 80 परसेंटाइल आ रहा है, so you can say कि एक्चुअल में somewhere around 90-95 आ सकता है. ठीक है, अगर बहुत कम आ रहा है जैसे 50 परसेंटाइल, if you are consistently below 50 percentile, that means you are not doing good, you need to improve. Okay, all right, so it says that these are 7 people and condition is one board there can be 4 people. Okay, and these are some conditions. So first let us look at this condition. F and B are in one boat, तो एक boat में F and B हो गए, right? Now F cannot go in the boat with C unless D is also accompanying. Okay, so if D is there, then only you will have C. Neither B nor C can be in the boat in which G is. So in this boat you have B, right? So G will be in the other boat, right? And C will also not be in this boat because B and C cannot go with G. So C will come here. F cannot go in with C unless D is also accompanying. मतलब यहाँ पे D भी आना चाहिए, right? So D भी आ जाएगा. Now what we are left with? A, E. So G, A, E will be this is the first boat, this is the second boat, right? So which of the following is true? G is in the other boat. Yes, that is true. ठीक है, पूरा बनाना भी नहीं था. ठीक है, so you got that. So Yash is saying that you got yeah, marks में below 200 in the final exam you got 245, right? Yes, that happens, right? So generally whichever marks you appear for they give you percentile also. ठीक है, so percentile भी देते हैं तो इससे पता चल जाता है कि where do you stand, right? And as I said कि marks में कुछ भी हो सकता है exam में, that is not some conclusive thing that like कुछ ऐसा हो सकता है some. Is it connected back? Is it fine now? Okay, okay. Yeah, so there was some internet issue for a while, right? I hope it is fine now. Okay, so let's go to this question, right? It says that, right, so the same question, the second question from the same set, right? It says that if E gets in the boat with F, which of the following is the complete and accurate list of people who must be sitting in the other boat? So this says that E and F are in one boat. Who are the people in the next boat? So if E and F are in the same boat, A will go in the same boat with E goes. So A will also be there, right? Now it is saying that F cannot go with C unless D is also accompanying. It means that F and C अगर F C के साथ जा रहा है तो D भी जाना है, right? But you cannot get both of them. So it means F will not go with C. So C will go in this port. Okay? Because F cannot go with C unless D is also there. अब C और D दोनों तो आ नहीं सकते. So that means F will not go with C. Now neither B nor C can go with G. तो C के साथ G नहीं जा सकता. So G will go here. Now remaining B and D will go here. So C, B and D will go in this port. Clear? A, E, G नहीं, A, E, G, F भी तो है ना. F, E और F तो साथ गए. So A, E, F and A will also go and G will go because C will be in this port, right? So that is the answer to this question. Option D. Okay. All right. So Venn diagrams, questions from Venn diagrams also, simple ones. Now this is also characteristic question. Series, okay. Maybe some puzzles. Puzzles will be like seating arrangement, basic seating arrangement. बहुत complicated नहीं होता. It will just involve, let's say, 8 people around a circle, 8 people in a line, without like people holding objects or something. Simple seating arrangement. और उसमें additional they might give that people exchange their seats. For example, last year there was a question that some people are sitting. So simple seating arrangement. Next question said that if they sit in ascending order from A to H. End of questions. There should be word respectively also. Otherwise, if they do not give this, it is incomplete, right? So consider respectively. Assume that it is respective. So rectangle is wheat, square is gram, circle is maize, and triangle is rice. Now the first question is only wheat. Only wheat means this, right? So the answer is 5. Very simple. Okay. No, only wheat and maize. No, only wheat and maize. Huh? Only wheat and maize means this will be 4. Wheat and maize 5, and this is circle and rectangle. Only 4 will be the answer. Okay. Maize only is, this is 3. So that will be the answer. Okay, so you should be able to do these questions. These questions are generally easily doable, right? If they ask you all four is 7. So basically, if you have understanding of Venn diagrams, you can do these, right? You do not have to apply numbers or do some calculations. They will say some regions, right? ABC